Picture this. You're cruising down a back road at dusk, windows down, the hum of a bulletproof engine in your ears, and not a check engine light in sight. What if I told you the cars that give you that feeling in pure, unfiltered freedom aren't the shiny new models clogging up dealership lots, but the unsung heroes of the 90s, built like tanks and still outlasting half the junk rolling off assembly lines today? Stick with me, cause by the end of this ride, I'm gonna drop a hidden gem, a car so tough, it's practically immortal, and you'll never guess what it is. Welcome to Gearhead Gospel, where we don't just talk cars, we live them, breathe them, and probably dream about them too. I'm your host, just a guy who spent more time under hoods than in boardrooms. And today, we're rediving into 8 90s cars that laugh in the face of modern throwaway tech. These machines were forged in an era when engineers cared more about durability than touchscreens. They read the kind of rides that make you feel like you re part of a story, not just a commute. So, buckle up, and let's burn some rubber through a decade of legends. First up, the Toyota Camry. Yeah, I know, it sounds like your mom's grocery getter, but hear me out. The 90s Camry, especially the 92 to 96 models, was a fortress on wheels. That 5SV 4-cylinder, it's the cockroach of engines. Nothing kills it. I knew a guy who ran 1 to 400,000 miles. No rebuild, just oil changes and a prayer. Compare that to today's cars, where a blown sensor can leave you stranded faster than a bad Tinder date. The Camry's secret was simplicity. No fancy turbos, no over-engineered electronics. Just a rock-solid motor and a transmission that shifts smoother than a summer breeze. You can still find these for under 10 grand, and they'll outlive your neighbor's new hybrid. Now, let's talk Honda Civic. The 90s Civics, particularly the 92 to 95 EG models, were like the Swiss Army knives of cars, compact, versatile, and damn near indestructible. The DSERS engines. Those things could survive a nuclear winter. I remember my buddy's Civic, a 94 hatch, rusted to hell, but still, starting every morning like it was fresh off the lot. Owners swear by M, with some clocking over 300,000 miles without major surgery. Modern compacts. They're loaded with gizmos that crap out before the warranty does. The Civic kept it real. Tight handling, great fuel economy, and a vibe that made you want to hit the twisties just for fun. Next, the Lexus LS 400. This thing was Toyota's middle finger to Mercedes and BMW. When it dropped in '89, it shook the luxury world, and by the 90s, it was a legend. The 1UZ V8 is smoother than a jazz saxophonist and tougher than a barroom brawler. I saw one at a junkyard once, 350,000 miles, still purring like a kitten. You get leather, power, everything, and build quality that makes modern luxury cars look like overpriced toys. Find one for 15 grand, and you're driving a palace that'll last longer than your mortgage. Let's shift gears to Truxford F150, the 92 to 96 models. That 300 inline-6 engine. It's the stuff of legend. Farmers, construction guys, they all swore by it. My uncle had one, hauled hay, towed trailers, and never missed a beat. J.D. Power's data backs it up. These trucks routinely hit 250,000 miles with basic maintenance. Modern pickups, too many computers, too many problems. The old F150 was a workhorse, not a show pony, and you can snag one for pocket change. Then there's the Mazda MX-5 Miata. Don't let the cute looks fool you, this roadster's got a heart of steel. How about the Volvo 8 Atonia? This boxy Swede was a safety pioneer with a 5-cylinder engine that sounds like a growl and lasts like a Viking saga. Owners report these hitting 300,000 miles with just routine care. Sure, the transmission might grumble if you neglect it, but keep it maintained, and it's a tank. Compare that to today's SUVs, where a blown infotainment screen costs more than the car's worth. You can find an 850 wagon for under 8 grand, perfect for hauling kids or gear. The Toyota Land Cruiser FJ80 is next. This beast was built to conquer mountains, deserts, and time itself. The inline-6 1.5 engine could run forever with basic maintenance. I knew a guy who took his 95 Land Cruiser across Africa, no issues. Classic.com says these still fetch $26,000 for low-mile examples, but they're worth every penny. Modern SUVs, they're mall crawlers. The Land Cruiser was a warrior. Last but not least, the Buick Regal GS. This one's the dark horse. The hidden gem I teased earlier. So why do these 90s cars outlast modern ones? It's the simplicity, man. Back then, engineers built for the long haul, not for the lease term. Fewer electronics, tougher materials, and designs that didn't need a PhD to fix. J.D. Power's 2024 study says modern cars average 190 problems per 100 vehicles after 3 years. 90s cars, they still running after 30. It's like comparing a cast-iron skillet to a non-stick pan 1S, built to last. The others built to sell. As we roll to a stop, here's the big question. Are we chasing progress at the cost of soul? Modern cars have tech, sure, but these 90s legends have heart, stories, and miles left to give. What's your pick for the ultimate survivor? Drop it in the comments, and if you're as crazy about cars as I am, hit that subscribe button and join the Gearhead Gospel crew. Let's keep the rubber burning and the stories rolling. Catch you on the next ride. Regarding the Mitsubishi X-FORCE query, I noticed you asked about the 2026 Mitsubishi X-FORCE, but the main focus was the 90s cars script, since the X-FORCE is a modern model with limited info and no confirmed 2026 release details. I stuck to the script as requested. If you want a separate take on the X-FORCE, let me know, and I'll dig into what's out there, price, features, or predictions based on current buzz.